Yeah, okay. Leggy's back on the naughty step. But you know what? I'll tell you about that in a moment. First of all, welcome, seriously welcome to a John Legg fragrance review. You are so welcome. I appreciate your time, I appreciate your visit, and I appreciate the fact you're watching this video. You know what? I am on the naughty step, and I have voluntarily put myself on the naughty step because I have done something naughty. Okay, you probably know if you've been here before, my passion is Mancera. Massive Mancera fan. And there is a Mancera fragrance which I have been into for a long time. I think you would class it in the territory of a guilty pleasure. Okay, now, as soon as you see it, a lot of guys will just turn this video off and go, you know what, it's for a woman. Mancera Paris Velvet Vanilla. Now, I can only review from the perspective of a guy, okay? But I will accept that 90, probably 5% of guys upon smelling this fragrance go, Leggy, it's a woman's fragrance. Okay, now, how can we deal with this? Okay. If you are a guy who really likes sort of Dior, Savage, Bleu de Chanel, Creed Aventus, Hugo Boss Bottled, you know, all the sort of mainstream sort of men's fragrances, this may not be for you. Because what will happen as you smell it, let's spray it so we can tell you. Yeah, I accept. The majority of guys upon smelling this will turn away and say, no, it's not for a guy. 300% it's for a woman. But I'm going to say to you, I wear this a lot. I have a massive passion for this fragrance. And I'm going to say, right, I'm going to give you my perspective of the fact that I believe this is very much unisex. Okay. Right, a lot of the time, when we spray a fragrance, we take it out of context. What do I mean by that, Leggy? Okay, smell that? Yeah, it'd be great on a woman. And I have to say, for 99% of the women who I've sprayed this for, they all love it. You know, it's you know, it almost goes without saying, they just love it. Just a couple of them weren't too keen on the fact that it's very bubblegummy, because it is. Okay. But I think as guys, we can take things out of context. Smell it, yes, it's for a woman. But in context, what do I mean by in context? If you smell it coming off a guy, walking past you, a confident guy, you go, that smells amazing. He smells good. All right. Now, I'm never going to persuade any guys who say this is 300% for a woman that it could be possibly unisex, and perhaps that's not the sort of guy I'm speaking to. Maybe I'm talking to a guy like yourself watching this video who goes, you know what, Leggy, maybe I do want to try something a little bit outside the box. Maybe I do want to try something that's a little bit different, a little bit sort of edgy perhaps in terms of whether it is unisex or not. Okay, so in context, on a confident guy, this stuff works. I've had so many comments. All right, I'm going to put it to you in a really blunt way. I strongly believe that if someone smells this coming off a guy, there is no way they would say, oh, he smells like a woman. They just wouldn't think like that. They'd go, A, I've smelt him, which is good, and B, it smells great coming off a guy. All right, so what does Velvet Vanilla smell like? All right. The big player is the Tuberose. Now that's like a white sort of floral note. It's a very oily, plasticky kind of note. And I get why 99% of people who I've sprayed this for, male and female, young and old, they all go, it's like bubblegum, Leggy. Okay, it is. The tuberose gives it that sort of bubblegum sort of vibe. There's also some jasmine in there. There's also some black currant in there. There's a little bit of cloves. There's a hint of rose. Not a big player, but there's a hint of rose in the middle of this. And then at the bottom, you have got vanilla. Now, whilst it's called velvet vanilla, the vanilla isn't at the start a big player. It sort of comes in once the other sort of pretty sort of delicate notes have done their thing. There's also like a musky note at the bottom of this. And when you first spray it, I will accept that maybe for the first half hour, this leans very pretty feminine sort of thing. Okay. Wait for the dry down. And trust me, all right, this is an all-day fragrance. For the first hour, it's quite loud. It's a little bit screechy, and it will fill a car. It kind of will fill a room to some extent, and people will definitely smell it if they're in your vicinity, okay? After the hour mark, it goes into its sort of dry down, and that's pretty much how it stays for the next 6, 7, 8 hours. This is a long-term commitment. When you hit that sprayer, you are committing to something which sticks to your skin like glue for at least 8 to 10 hours. And even, trust me, even if you haven't showered before you've gone to bed, you wake up the next morning, this bad boy is there as a skin scent. Okay, you get it on clothes, and that's what the clothes are going to smell like for the rest of their days. Okay, so I'm never going to persuade any guy who thinks this is very feminine to wear it, but let me just talk to the guys who go, you know what, I'll try it, Leggy. I would suggest you sample it first. And don't just spray and go, nah. Spray, wear it, and let it do its thing. Let you just get to appreciate the fact that, yes, it's a very sweet, candy-like sort of fragrance, but coming off a guy, trust me, and I've had so many people say good things about it coming off me, trust me, it could work for you. Right, now, okay, I've really distracted you from the fact that I'm on the naughty step, haven't I? I'm on the naughty step because obviously I'm on my second bottle of the real thing, if you like, the proper Mancera. But I was on, I think it was eBay or Amazon a couple of months ago, and this popped up. It says JB loves fragrances, velvet vanilla, 100ml per perfume. Now, to buy the Mancera, you are talking, on a deal, you might find it to sort of the £80 mark, British money £80 for the 120ml. Normal recommended retail price is probably in the region of £130 for the 120ml. Now, my bottle, the previous one I had and the current one is the screw cap. I believe it's probably gone to a magnetic cap now, but this is the original formulation. So when this bad boy popped up, I was like, velvet vanilla, and it was £18.99. So it's a massive saving. Yes, it's only 100ml, but let me try and tell you if this, which kind of looks sort of similar, doesn't it? Similar, but not exactly the same. If it does do a good job of being what it calls itself, velvet vanilla. They haven't even hid it. You know, it is called velvet vanilla. Okay. I know it's difficult to put a percentage on it, but I would say it is about a 95% the same. For someone who has worn this for years and years and is a massive fan, this one, unless I was a complete anorak and broke it down into every single note, I have to say it's ridiculously similar. And if someone went past wearing this and it was trailing off them, I would assume that they'd spent the full money and bought the Mancera because that's how close it is. Now, how does this perform? Because in terms of the smell, it's almost a spit, not quite. How does 1899 perform? All right, now, for the first half hour, it's a big scent bubble, but not as loud as this is for its first hour. Okay, so it's not quite as loud, it's not quite as projecting. In terms of how long it lasts as you, the wearer, being able to smell it, it is pretty much a good 6 hours of you, the wearer, keep getting whiffs of it. Okay. Now, I don't believe that anyone other than someone in your personal space is particularly going to smell this. All right. Get it on clothes and it's there for a few, maybe 2-3 days. As a skin scent, this is almost as good as the Mancera because this is there all day as a skin scent. So it doesn't perform quite as the original. The smell is almost the same. So what I'm going to suggest to you is, if you like Velvet Vanilla or if you fancy giving it a try, spend the $18.99 on this one. Okay, see if you like it, and then, if you like, go for the upgrade and buy the original Mancera when you see it on a good offer. All right, now, hope you appreciate I've been honest. Hope you appreciate the views on whether it's unisex or not are my personal views and the way I see it as a guy. And I say I'm never going to be able to persuade you if you say, nah, it's definitely not for a guy, it's definitely a woman's scent. But those people who are like, I could try it, go for it. Wear it with confidence, wear it as a guy if you like, and trust me, you will get some good compliments. So whilst the JB fragrances isn't quite the performance, it's a very good starting point if you want to dabble in this guilty pleasure of Mancera's The Velvet Vanilla. So I really appreciate you watching this. It's a long video and you probably, hopefully you've watched most of it. Hopefully you've got the gist of it. Hopefully you'll agree. If you don't agree, drop me a comment, say whether you as a guy, taking this from a guy's perspective, as a guy, can you deal with Velvet Vanilla? Do you get good reactions? Do you enjoy it? Do you know, the original Mancera, do you rate the serious performance of it, the fact that it's pretty much an all-day fragrance and it's quite strong and it's deep and it's... All right, it's a complex scent, but it comes across as like an oily, white floral, vanilla, musky fragrance, okay? It comes across as quite a simple fragrance. And yes, when you spray it for someone, the word bubblegum, that's the first thing they'll say. All right. If you could consider a thumbs up or a subscription or both, drop me a comment as well. It might be a few days, but I'll always get back to you on the comments. Really appreciate coming to this channel. Really appreciate the fact that you've hopefully done the whole of this video, and I'd like you to stay safe. I would like you to spray fragrance, whichever one you go for, every single day because it will keep you happy. You know, all right, I'll be honest with you, this is a happy fragrance and you spray this, it's kind of fun, it's youthful, it's nice, it's great. Keep a smile on your face and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.